What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jay Rich, back to bring your NBA player props for Thursday, November 17th. As you can see, my boy Ray G is back. Now, I'm a little concerned, Ray, because we've been doing very well over the past few days, so I'm hoping you don't ruin our juju. But we did get over for Mason Plumlee yesterday. You talked about Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. He went over, and we also got the over for Trae Young. And on top of that, Lou Dort did survive, even though Shea tried to kill him, but he went over as well. So a very good day for us last night. We're hopping back into the model today. 3 games on the slate, a night slate, which is not so fun for everybody on the East Coast, but we're going to be all right. We're still going to play some bets. We got some good ones for you. So Ray, let's dive into it right now. For all the high-flying action, take a step back and relax. It's time to count that money, the NBA props. No look any further. You know what time it is. Presented by PRIZEPICKS, NBA props. Let's
count that money, man.
All right, Ray. So right at the top of the list, you see my boy Anthony Simons, and it's the same matchup that we talked about a few days ago with Kevin Huerter. Anthony Simons, shooting guard for the Portland Trailblazers, up against the Brooklyn Nets tonight. Number one matchup for threes and opposing points for shooting guards. I'm taking the over on Anthony Simons tonight. He's been scoring 19 plus in 5 straight games. He's been over 21 in 4 of the last 5. I think he does it again tonight against the Nets. Of course, there are some small fears of a blowout because we saw the Kings blow out the Nets just a few days ago. But outside of that, I think this is a great play, Ray. How do you feel about Anthony Simons tonight?
Yeah, man, you've been cooking, man, and I like this right here. They also allow the second most threes to shooting guards, so I think Anthony Simons is going to continue to do what he's been doing. I like the play, Jay. It's high in the model. You see we got him projected right here at 22.8 points in this game with a standard deviation of 2.3, 84% probability to go over. The only concern is it is juiced to the under right now on the books, and we like a couple of people from Portland. But it should be a back and forth game, a lot of scoring, and Simons is getting up the shots, so I don't mind it whatsoever, Jay.
Yeah, that's the only small concern if we're talking about prize picks and the plays that you want to make. It is a not quite plus money play, but it is definitely a play that I still like. One that is actually a minus 130 or better on the books right now is De'Aaron Fox's assist at 6.5, which was very surprising to see, to be honest. I think he's a guy who deserves to be right around the 7 mark on prize picks, or even 7.5 on the books. 6.5 up against a team that allows the second most assists to opposing point guards in the San Antonio Spurs. I think this is a great matchup for Fox to go over. And like I mentioned, you do get the added juice from the sports book, so you're getting some added value on prize picks as well. It's one I thought that could go to 7 on prize picks earlier or later this afternoon. But for now, we get it 6.5, so I would get that one while you still can.
Yeah, I'm smashing this, man. I love this Fox play, and it sort of correlates to Kevin Huerter, who's been really good to us lately, especially over his last 5 games. They bumped his points up. He's been around 12.5, 13.5. It's at 14.5 on prize picks now. A little bit of juice to the under. But in this same matchup, San Antonio allows, I believe, the 3rd most points to the shooting guard position. So this is a plus matchup for Kevin Huerter. You know he's going to get up the threes. I see 2.5 threes on the books in some places. PrizePicks doesn't have it up. Huerter would be the last of my 4 core plays. I do like him, but I do like Fox's assist more than Kevin Huerter, Jay.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. And then the other one you wanted to touch on that you briefly did earlier was Jerami Grant. He put up a ton of points in the first half last game, but how do you feel about him tonight?
Yeah, I think I'm going to target. So we don't have, like, the model doesn't compute first half stuff, so you got to do a little manual data there. But his first half points, rebounds, and assists look pretty good. Right now, Jerami Grant is 3rd in the NBA in first half minutes, almost 19 minutes per game in the first half over his last 5 for Jerami Grant, averaging 18.9 minutes per first half minutes per game. He's averaging 17 points in the first half over his last 5, 11 field goal attempts, 5 3-point attempts, 2 rebounds, and almost 4 assists for Jerami Grant over his last 5 in the first half. PrizePicks has his first half points, rebounds, and assists, or par, set at 13.5. I really, really like this number for Jerami Grant. Going up against Brooklyn, he's probably going to face some KD, who's an underrated defender, but Grant really aggressive on the offensive end. Again, he's getting the minutes. He's not getting in foul trouble, which as long as you're not in foul trouble, you got a shot if you're playing damn near 19 minutes per first half. So I really like that number over on PrizePicks, and we can go over there and pull that up, Jay. Pull up the PrizePicks board and just kind of look at some of these plays that we're discussing. And since we're on the first half, let's just go to the points, rebounds, and assists for Jeremy Grant. You see it right here at 13 and a half, 25, 25, 25, 21. Last time he went under was November 5th versus Phoenix. So I do like Jeremy Grant more than 13 and a half first half points, rebounds, and assists. And if you're kind of like, I don't know about the first half, I still think you can check at the model. We showed you that. Even his game total at 27 and a half is pretty damn good. Has hit that in 4 straight. But Jay, your concern, which you kind of talked about, earlier, is a potential blowout for Portland, correct?
Yeah, I mean, the Brooklyn's already been heavily criticized for their defense. KD is pretty much the only player of consequence out there. They got blown out by Sacramento, and Sacramento does shoot a lot of threes, so that is a big factor there. Portland can do the same things, right? Anthony Simons is over under for threes is 3.5. Lillard's going to probably be 4 or 4.5, right? Jeremy Grant, I believe, hit 5 threes last game. So there's a lot of things that we're seeing that could lend itself to an over, and that's the only reason why I'm not all in on some of these plays. And people got to understand, right? We talked about Dort and Shea yesterday. They're on the same team, right? And Shea trying to go hero mode to win that game almost ruined Dort on the other end. So there is the potential for both these guys to eat into each other's work, and we do want people to understand that. But outside of that, I think both are core plays, right? They're outside of Lillard. These are the 2 highest usage players on the Portland offense, and there's potential for Yusuf Nurkic to not even play in this
Yep.
game. He's a game time decision right now, so that would open up some more opportunities for Grant down low, especially when it comes to rebounding. And then on top of that, like you mentioned, Ray, he has been pretty prolific as a scorer lately. Now that Lillard's back, he's distributing the ball. They're playing much better. And I think up against the Spurs tonight is another great matchup, both down low and on the perimeter for both these players.
And with that, would you take a Sabonis? How are you feeling about Sabonis tonight?
I feel okay about it. I mean, he's been playing very well, right? He's up against Pirtle though, and Pirtle
Yeah.
is one of their best players, right? It's funny you talk about Sabonis. I think if I was to pick anybody, I would probably take a Pirtle points over a Sabonis points over. You obviously get 6 points of juice. I think they're running more through Pirtle than they have in the past, and he's coming off a 31-point game against the Portland Trailblazers. So you talk about that. I think there is opportunity inside for Pirtle versus Sabonis. So that's kind of the way I would go, but I think that both are fine plays. But again, it's talking about, you kind of like Kevin Huerter. We like Fox, and we know he will put up his points. So are we going to take Sabonis too? At some point, you kind of have to pick and choose
Yeah.
your guys you're taking, because you can't take overs for everybody
Yeah.
unless you talk about a massive blowout. But I think that there's plenty of opportunity for all these players we talked about today.
I think we got the 3 core plays down. Jeremy Grant first half, 13 and a half points, rebounds, and assists. Love the De'Aaron Fox call at 6.5 dimes for Fox. And then Anthony Simons, 20 and a half points. I like him, Jay. Again, you've been hot. You've been cooking, so I am not going to question you in the plays, but more importantly, the data supports it. So those are the 3 core plays. We did briefly talk about Kevin Huerter. And if we go back to the model really quick, Jay, just talk about where he's at in the model, because it still looks good if you're just checking out what he's done. It still looks okay in the model. The projection is a little too close to the prop line for me, so honestly, I probably would stay away from Herder.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that we've been getting good value for a couple days on the books, and they've adjusted, right? And so now we have to adjust and say, are we still going to take it in this matchup? That's pretty good. That should be fairly high scoring from both sides, right? But again, it's now we're taking a larger risk because we don't have as good of a matchup as we had
Yeah.
last game, and on top of that, we're taking a higher projection number, right? So again, it's a fine number. 15 points is pretty reasonable for Kevin Herter, but we could see a Fox 30-point game. We could see Sabonis drop 30. Like, I think there's lots of potential opportunities here. You did touch on Keegan Murray may not play in this one,
Yep.
and that would help Kevin Herter out quite a bit. But if he does play, he shoots a lot of threes and shoots a lot as well. So it's just about mitigating your risk a little bit. And I think you talk about Herter, who's a guy who doesn't take as many shots as a Simons or a Grant at times. And I think that's the reason why I may stay away in this one. But it's still a fine matchup.
Well, those are the 3 core plays. Grant, first half par, De'Aaron Fox, assists, and Anthony Simons, points. That's what we're rocking with today. As always, we don't make you pay for picks. All that we ask is you hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, like the content, comment below. Let us know what you're rocking with. Take what you like. If you don't like any of them, leave them alone. Just hit that thumbs up button. So if you tail, give PrizePicks hell. And if we fail, do not bail. We'll be back with more NBA plays tomorrow. We've got Thursday Night Football tonight. Jay and I will be talking about that over on another video. So we appreciate y'all. Good luck and good night. We're out. Peace.